Chapter 12 of Little Lucy's Wonderful Globe. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Little Lucy's Wonderful Globe by Charlotte M. Yonge. Chapter 12. The Cossack. Caper, caper, dance, dance. What a wonderful dance it was! Just as if the little fellow had been made of cork, so high did he bound the moment he touched the ground, while he jerked out his arms and legs as if they were pulled by strings, like the marionettes that had once performed in the front of the window. Only his face was all fun and life, and he did look so proud and delighted to show what he could do. And it was all in clear, fresh, open air, the whole extent covered with short green grass, upon which were grazing herds of small lean horses and flocks of sheep without tails, but with their wool puffed out behind in a sort of bustle or pannier. There was a cluster of clean, white-looking houses in the distance, and Lucy knew that she was in the great plains called the steppes, that lie between the rivers Volga and Don, and may either be in Europe or Asia, according as you look at an old map or a new. "Do you live there?" she asked, by way of beginning the conversation. "Yes, my father is the hetman of the Stantitsa, and these are my holidays. I go to school at Cherkask, most part of the year." "Cherkask? Oh, what a funny name! And you would think it a funny town if you were there." "It is built on a great bog by the side of the river Volga. All the houses stand on piles of timber, and in the spring the streets are full of water, and one has to sail about in boats." "Oh, that must be delicious." "I don't like it as much as coming home and riding. See?" And as he whistled, one of the horses came whinnying up, and put his nose over the boy's shoulder. "Good fellow, but your horses are thin. They look little." "Little!" cried the young Cossack. "Why, do you know what our little horses can do? There are not many armies in Europe that they have not ridden down at one time or another. Why, the church at Cherkask is hung all around with colors we have taken from our enemies. There's the Swede. Didn't Charles the 12th get the worst of it, when he came in his big boots after the Cossack? Aye, and the Turk, and the Austrian, and the German, and the French. Ah, doesn't my grandfather tell how he rode his good little horse all the way from the Volga to the Seine, and the good Tsar Alexander himself gave him the medal, with 'Not unto us, but unto thy name be the praise.' Our father the Tsar does not think so little of us and our horses as you do, young lady." "I beg your pardon," said Lucy. "I did not know what your horses could do." "Oh, you did not? That is some excuse for you. I'll show you." And in one moment he was on the back of his little horse, leaning down on its neck, and galloping off over the green plain like the wind. But it seemed to Lucy as if she had only just watched him out of sight on one side, before he was close to her on the other, having whirled around and cantered close up to her while she was looking the other way. "Come up with me," he said, and in one moment she had been swept up before him on the little horse's neck, and was flying so wildly over the steppes that her breath and sense failed her, and she knew no more till she was safe by Mrs. Bunker's fireside again. End of Chapter 12. Recording by Rhonda Fetterman.